What's up, guys? This is Zara here. A-DSplay, Yu-Gi-Oh 101. You know, and this is gonna be, I don't know what I'm gonna call this type of vid, a special video of sorts, I guess, where like I'm just looking back on everything that's happened this year, um, for my YouTube channel, for this YouTube channel, as well as in my personal life. And just I wanted to talk to you guys about some plans that I have for 2013. Yeah. So like just thinking back, probably back in like 2011 when I started doing these Nintendo DS playthroughs. I want people to understand. I wasn't trying to just make a gaming channel per se. I actually believe that the Nintendo DS is a great system with some great games. Well, not a great system, but it's a good system with some great games on it. And those said games weren't getting the recognition I felt that they deserved because really nobody was playing them. And looking back when I first started, the whole reason behind why I started it was because I wanted to help people with their Nintendo DS playthroughs. And like when you look at the YouTube gaming community, it's pretty much dominated by PlayStation 3 playthroughs, Xbox 360 playthroughs, and Nintendo Wii, which is now going into the Nintendo Wii U, of things for those who play the Nintendo Wii. You know, those are pretty much like the only playthroughs that you see on YouTube, and there wasn't anyone doing any playthroughs on YouTube of Nintendo DS games unless it was of like Pokemon or like Metroid Prime or something like that, which is pretty much like the main two Nintendo DS games that ever really got any attention on YouTube. Um, yeah, it's just one of those systems that gets easily overlooked by those console systems. And I felt that because one time I was looking for a place that had the playthroughs for a Nintendo DS game that I was playing, and I thought maybe I can get some help with it. Come to find out, there are no, there isn't a place on YouTube where you can get Nintendo DS playthroughs really. Like there isn't one place where you can just find only Nintendo DS, you know, uh, video game playthroughs. I mean, at the most, what you would get with okay, uh, prior to me starting this channel, the most you would get out of the most you would get as far as a Nintendo DS, you know, a playthrough, it would be somebody who's uploaded like one or two gameplay videos for a Nintendo DS game, or it may be like a special video, like whether just showcasing all like the special moves and the finishing moves or whatever, or it would pretty much just be a trailer for a Nintendo DS game. There wasn't a channel that was solely dedicated to the Nintendo DS video games, you know, and just based on that, you know, I just felt it was kind of wrong that this system got left out of the playthrough circuit. So I said circuit, well, like the playthrough uh, series as far as YouTube goes, and I just felt maybe I could do some good by helping people with their Nintendo DS games. And so I started it, and it just took off from there. Now, when I first started on YouTube, it was like I was just uploading things just to say that I got a channel, and I was uploading like video games like S4 League, Grand Chase, and then I started uploading things from Mugen. Um, and I really, and even though I enjoyed doing that, it wasn't really any real passion there for what I was doing. It wasn't until I started playing uh, Nintendo DS video games, and you know, I would say like a year into me doing that, I started getting comments of like people telling me, "Hey, um, I appreciate you playing this game because I was stuck on this part, and I don't think I would have ever even gotten past it, because of that, you playing it and putting the playthrough on YouTube, and that right there is the main reason why I started this, to help people out with their Nintendo DS playthroughs, and it's really taken off pretty much. Um, but of course, the success that this channel has gotten, uh, it really went through some rough times. Like when I first started, I had like 52 subscribers, and as I dedicated myself to the Nintendo DS playthroughs, it went up from 52 to like 75 in a while, and after that, next thing you know, I had like over 100, and now I'm looking at you know pretty much like 179 subscribers now, and over and almost 2 million views on my channel. So it's been a fun ride. It's glad to I'm glad to see that people are interested in what I'm doing with that series. Now, of course, those views and those subscribers, they don't all come for Nintendo DS playthroughs. I also have the Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 series in which I do card reviews, archetype reviews sometimes, archetype overviews. Uh, you know, I do tips, also do discussions, things of that nature for the Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 side of things in this channel. And again, like another reason why this channel has taken off the way it has, it's starting to take off. It hasn't taken off yet per se, but it's starting to. And when I do Yu-Gi-Oh! 101, like I don't try to be like the first person on YouTube necessarily with the reviews up. I just do it because I've played Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, and I like to review the cards. I do it as a hobby anyway, as it is. Um, pretty much starting all the way back since 2002. I just made it a hobby to research cards, and I just want to share those experiences with you guys. So that's where the Yu-Gi-Oh 101 videos come from. It basically branches off of that inspiration. Um, you know, I remember one of the first decks that I've ever made, um, and this was before I had access to the internet like I do now. I was playing it on a Game Boy Advance, and I can't remember what Yu-Gi-Oh game it was, but I was winning matches, and I was um, winning these cards, and it was one card that just caught my attention for some reason. It was and I hope I pronounced this right, Grin Maju Aiza or Aiza or something like that. And the monster's effect was, it gains, I believe it's at 400 attack and defense for each card that was removed from play, and that was one of the cards that really caught my attention. And like when I see cards like that, and I feel like I can make a good deck with them, then I aim to do just that. So I basically built like a simple build where the main goal was just to power up Grandma Ju, and if possible, get my opponent to attack Grandma Ju face down and just lose a shit ton of life points and possibly win the game like that. And in that video game, it worked. I mean, of course, it ain't gonna work now because the game is much more fast paced than it was back then, and you would probably need like a good back row in order to sustain, you know, a strategy like I originally had. Um, but yeah, like it's entirely too slow now, and but it just serves as one of those decks that really made me get interested in strategy when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh. And to this day, I still use it, but it's just not fast enough to keep up with the the current format of the game. So that's all that is. I mean, you know, as far as Yu-Gi-Oh 101, I will be continuing to do that, and I will continue to do Nintendo DS playthroughs. Cause again, like I just wanted to show people that you didn't have to run straight to the Nintendo 3DS. There's still great games on the Nintendo DS system that are coming out, and I just wanted to shine some light on those games, and I have, and like the hard work is paying off. Now, as far as my plans for 2013, um, one thing I will tell you that I plan on doing next year, sometime next year, maybe early next year, if I can help it, I I would like to start doing commentary on my video game playthroughs. Now, I did one video of Transformers Prime. Um, um, I believe it was part 10 where I was just, like just testing out some commentary. Of course, all you can hear is my voice, and you can't hear none of the game. But it is up, so if you guys are interested in seeing that, just check out part 10 of Transformers Prime. Um, yeah, of course, I'll continue to do Nintendo DS playthroughs. Will I move on to the Nintendo 3DS? Of course I will. Like that's just not something I can just avoid. You know, the Nintendo DS is dying out, and of course, I will have to, you know, move on to the next system. But right now, my focus is just to shine light on those video games that deserves their rightful attention, and I just don't want to ignore that. You know, like I really feel that the games on the Nintendo DS, there's still some great games that haven't gotten their proper recognition, and it's my goals and you know my passion really just to shine some light on those games and review them, of course, with my wrap up review series, which I forgot to mention that. Um, yeah. Also, um, I plan to be more consistent with my video game playthroughs. Even though I've seen a jump in my viewership, like I'm starting to get more and more views on my videos than what I used to. which I'm grateful for, of course. Like I want to start being more consistent with my videos. I admit, this year I haven't been, you know, pushing out the video game playthroughs as much as I could be, but that's just because I got all this other stuff, and whenever I get free time, I just like to rest and, you know, take time to relax, and I have to worry about all that. But yeah, like I feel like I could do more with the Nintendo DS video game playthroughs as far as that go. Also, like I would like to do more fan interaction. You know, like have more fan interaction. You know, like with the commenters. You know, like just start conversations with you guys. Like when I do the Yu-Gi-Oh 101 discussion videos, I plan to touch on more, you know, serious topics um, that I have planned. You know, like just have more interaction with you guys. You know, I have 279 subscribers now. It'll probably jump up to 280, like, you know, pretty much before this month is over, because I've been getting like 2 to 3 subscribers a day, and on average, and you know, I just feel like it's a shame that I'm not getting to know you guys better as, you know, my viewers, and I think that would be something cool to, you know, speak on things or do video game playthroughs and have some commentary that makes you guys want to comment and respond to what I'm doing. You know, like I'm starting to get a little bit of interaction, a little bit more interaction than what I once got, and I'm grateful for that, of course. But I would like to see it happen more. You know, like my ultimate plan is to maybe one day um, make YouTube videos for a living. You know, do the like the Yu-Gi-Oh 101 series and the Nintendo DS playthroughs, and, you know, earn money from this. And it could be possible uh, sometime next year if everything continues to get better like it has this past year. Um, Also, with the Yu-Gi-Oh 101 series, um, you know, when I did car reviews this time, you know, like I had like 1 or 2 slips of bumps, and of course I'm gonna do my best to make sure that never happens again uh, this coming year. Um, what else? Oh yeah, lately I've been getting some comments as to why I don't do, you know, certain things in my car reviews. Like certain people feel like it's not enough. Well, I spoke on that in the Yu-Gi-Oh 101 discussion video, card reviewing. You guys can check that out on my channel. Check that out on my channel. It pretty much sums up everything that I have for that question. For those people who was wondering why I don't do certain things in my reviews that you may catch other people doing. You know, so there that goes. Um, but one thing I will say I will do for this coming year is that I will put forth an effort. Um, I mean, mind you, I do take everything as suggestive suggestive criticism. You know, like I never take it in offense to what you guys say, because it's something that you guys would like to see, and, you know, like I'm already doing that, so it really wouldn't be going out of my element to do something that you guys would like to see, because it's pretty much going in that same direction. People would like to see tips and tricks, like more tips and tricks with that. Of course, like I say, like I did a video on that, but I do take it in consideration what you guys would like to see, and it's possible that you guys will see, you know, me giving out more tips and tricks with my Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 card reviews and archetype reviews and such. Um, like the Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 discussion videos. Next year, I have some big plans for the discussion sub-series. It's like the topics are going to get a lot more personal and like a lot more. Um, I don't really know how to put it. Like for me, like they're going to be hitting like a lot closer to home when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 uh, discussions. And yeah, and my tips, of course, like my tips and it has always been around. It has always been based on common sense and a lot of things that some people overlook. Um, for example, like there's going to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 tips video that I'm gonna do next year. Well, on January 1st, on New Year's Day, and it's basically going to be speaking on knowing your build, and it's going to be a really good video. Of course, I will be stating the obvious, but I also will be stating the not so obvious things that people easily overlook. And I know if I speak on that video, like a lot of people are going to agree with the things that I have to say, especially if you play Yu-Gi-Oh. Which is pretty much the only people that I do the Yu-Gi-Oh! 101 series for anyway. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like I'm gonna be speaking on some things that people obviously they easily overlook it, and you know that's pretty much everything for that. So this past year, of course, it's been a successful year. I've seen, of course, a jump in my subscription box. I remember looking back, of course, like I said, and I only had like 75 subscribers, and then out of the middle of nowhere, it's like it jumped to 100. Of course, in some months, and now it's pretty soon to be 280 subscribers. And like I remember only having like a little over 1,000 views on my channel, and now it's about to be now it's soon to be 3 million. Um, so yeah, like that's something to be happy about. Of course, I'm gonna continue to be I'm gonna be more consistent in this coming year with everything. Like I said, the video game playthroughs, the card reviews, the archetype overviews, um, anything Yu-Gi-Oh 101 related. I will start paying more attention to this channel. Um, and in turn, by me doing these things, I hope to gain more interaction with my viewers, my subscribers, those who view my content and got this channel as far as it has. Um, and by me doing that, who knows, maybe one day I'll be able to make money from YouTube and I'll be able to do this full time. I understand that I'm not the most professional guy. You know, I may not be, you know, top dog or whatever, but it's fun. Like I really like doing this. It's a hobby. I enjoy doing it, and it's whatever. Like I don't really look for the fame, but even though I'm not looking for it per se, I am looking forward to it. If it is to happen, you know, I will embrace it with open arms and I will give it a big hug. And if it's chocolate, I'm gonna bite its neck off. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. So, last but not least, I would like to thank all of you guys for making this channel as successful as it has been. And And for the commenters that's starting to comment on my videos more, I appreciate you guys a lot because it gives me an opportunity to just have some, some conversations with you guys. And I really do appreciate your opinions on, like the video game playthroughs, and also like the car reviews, and to everyone who's thanked me for doing a video game playthrough that they felt was needed. I appreciate you guys also. Um, I'm trying to think to see if there's anything I'm leaving out. You know, besides, I just want to thank you guys. Period, from the bottom of my heart. Um, Thank you, and I'm looking forward to 2013. Let's see what the next year has in store for A-DSplay and Yu-Gi-Oh 101, and that'll be all for this video. Again, I do unorganized, unbiased, and unorthodox style videos, and it's just how I naturally am. I don't really do things like an interview style, like all professional. Like naturally, it's just not something that I'm comfortable with. You know, it's it's just what I do. Uh, but yeah, that pretty much be it. But I know like I'm gonna think about something after uh, I end this video. So I'm really trying to make sure I don't miss out on anything. Um, yeah, but instead of me sitting here being quiet, I'm gonna just end it and you know, and if I don't talk to you guys again, Happy New Year. You guys take care, and I love you all. And as always, peace. Shock smile.